Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic Air Movie Show, and as you can see, I'm recording this on the day before St. Patrick. Oh, well, no, actually, the day before St. Patrick's Day, but whatever. Most people are celebrating it on Saturday. Either way, I am here to talk about the Spider-Man 4 casting news about Sadie Sink being cast. Now, if you don't know who Sadie Sink is, Sadie Sink played Max in Stranger Things. She was introduced, I believe, at the end of season. She was either introduced in season 2 or in season 3. Either way, she was introduced in Stranger Things. That was like the actress's first big thing, and she was kind of in the background for a long time. But in particular, part 1 of the last season of Stranger Things had 2 breakout stars. 2. Both of them have now been cast in the MCU, funny enough, which was Joseph Quinn's Eddie and Sadie Sink's Max. Like, they both, for different reasons. Joseph Quinn, obviously, it's hard to come onto a show, an established show, and make an impact as like he did so quickly, so effortlessly. And by the time he died in the last season, we were all just like sad because we all kind of connected with this character. We all kind of felt something for this Eddie character played by Joseph Quinn. So when he died, it was like, damn. But we all saw the great performance. That's why when he was announced to be Johnny Storm, we were all kind of happy about that. At least I was, because I saw the performance, and then I'd see him in like A Quiet Place and a couple other movies since then. And I'm just even more excited for Joseph Quinn in the MCU. But Sadie Sink had been kind of rumored for quite a year now, to be involved in the MCU. She's been rumored to be involved in particular in the X-Men movies. In particular, there are the rumors that she will be playing Jean Grey. Now, Spider-Man 4 is a film that's insane. It's a lot of insanity. First of all, we know it's happening because they've talked to Tom Holland and others have actually publicly talked about it. We know that Dustin Daniel Cretton, aka the Shang-Chi director, will be directing it. And we know that there has been internal struggles over the direction of the movie. We know that Marvel MCU Kevin Feige wants to do a street level movie. Wants to do a street level. Street level. I don't know about not super street because this is the MCU, but he wanted to do a more self-contained, like lower stakes, not lower stakes Spider-Man movie that's more street level. And Sony, admittedly, the most successful film in Sony history is Spider-Man No Way Home, which is a big multiversal film with multiple different versions of Spider-Man involved. And Sony, being Sony, and having the failures they've had, don't want to go back, so they want to do another multiverse movie because they saw the level of money they made with that movie. And while they may not make nowhere near as much as Spider-Man No Way Home, it's reasonable to believe that if they made a movie similar to Spider-Man No Way Home, they brought Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back, that they would still make a billion-dollar movie. Like, it's almost guaranteed to be a billion-dollar movie. So, but Marvel has a plan for Spider-Man. They have a direction they want to go with Spider-Man, but it is what it is. Either way, it is sad. It is sad. Like there's just division. There's just division between the two and which direction they want to go with the character. But now we've kind of heard over the last few months that they found a middle ground, a medium, so to speak, with still being able to tell the story that Feige and the MCU wants to tell, but still having multiversal elements or being still this multiversal thing. And we know that Spider-Man 4 is going to come out before Secret Wars. It's either going to come out before Avengers Doomsday or after, but it is going to involve the events of the Avengers. It's either going to set it up or it's going to be kind of a response to the movie. So we know it's going to involve multiversal things, but with this Sadie Sink casting, it just kind of leaves up in the air. And there's also been major rumors that they're going to introduce a new love interest, which I was cool with. I like that idea, doing the reverse of the comics, because usually Spider-Man meets Gwen Stacy, falls in love with Gwen Stacy, she dies, then he meets Mary Jane. But Doing it the opposite, have him have an MJ, lose that MJ, like, she didn't die, but she may as well have, because she doesn't remember who he is. And him losing her, and then, like, going on and moving forward, and then running into a Gwen Stacy, a Felicia Hardy, like, something like that. I thought that's the direction they were going to go. I thought that's such a clean way to go about it. It makes perfect sense. He's moving on with his life. And then later in life, maybe he would run into Zendaya's Michelle Jones, a.k.a. MJ, again. And it'll be this interesting dynamic between him not being that same guy, him falling in love with her all over again and whatnot. Like, I thought there was a story to be told there. But now we got rumors from Jeff Snyder, which Jeff Snyder isn't 100% right all the time. Sometimes he's wrong. Like I said, he nailed the Doom's, the Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Doom thing. So he does have a little bit more credibility than normal at the moment. But now you got him coming out and saying Katie Sink is going to be playing Mary Jane Watson. Now, I'm of two mindsets about the idea of her playing Mary Jane Watson. Now, I feel like people think she's playing Mary Jane Watson because she's a redhead. I mean, obviously. She's a natural redhead. Like, she's a legit redhead. So I'm like, okay, I get that. I can sort of understand that a little bit. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. I don't know if I could see that. And I think she can play a good Mary Jane. I think she can play a little bit of a spark plug of a Mary Jane. Also, with the multiversal thing happening, it is not inconceivable that she could be playing a Mary Jane from another universe. That he literally falls in love / falls for a Mary Jane Watson, not from the Marvel Universe. Now, granted, technically, they could still have a Mary Jane in the proper MCU because Zendaya's MJ is Michelle Jones. Now, granted, she is technically MJ. She's a replacement for her, but she's not technically her. So they could actually have an MJ a Mary Jane in the MCU. He just literally, maybe he just happens to date two chicks who both have the same initials. Be weird as fuck, but it could do that. They could do that if they wanted to. Like, the only way I think this works, personally, is if it's a multiverse thing. If it's like one of those things where he gets stuck in another universe or something that's like kind of like his universe, but not. He runs into a Mary Jane Watson in said universe, and she becomes his romantic interest for the movie. And by the end of the movie, he's back in the regular MCU, and maybe the events of this is gonna, make him want to go out and seek out Zendaya's MJ, because I believe they've already kind of announced it. Zendaya's MJ will be in the movie, so it kind of makes no sense to have her in the movie as like in the movie. Like, they just like, there's rumors that she's not gonna be in the movie much, but the fact that they're gonna acknowledge her and she's in the movie and having another Mary Jane MJ would just be weird. So if they're gonna make this, or they are gonna cast Sadie as Mary Jane, it has to be a multiverse thing, because otherwise it's just too messy. It's just all over the place. Now, as to alternative casting, I've seen some great ones. She could easily be Gwen Stacy. Like, it's nothing for I don't like. Sure, Gwen being a blonde is a very iconic thing, but they cast MJ as a black woman, as a black girl. So having a Gwen Stacy who isn't a blonde wouldn't really change a bit to me, as long as she has the attributes and the qualities of Gwen Stacy. I mean, the blonde, like I say, the blonde is very iconic with her. Or Sadie could just go blonde. There's nothing to say she can't. There's nothing to say she can't be Felicia Hardy. Like, he meets her in school, young Felicia Hardy. There's nothing to say that she can't be, and this is something I've seen thrown out, and I've seen it thrown out in the comment, is Firestar. Firestar is not used often in the comics, but if you know Firestar, you probably would know her from Spiderman and His Amazing Friends. I remember that cartoon when I was a kid. They used to show the rerun of it late at night, funny enough. They show the reruns late at night. It's just like, I remember that shit. I remember the theme for that damn thing. It was him, it was Spider-Man, Bobby Drake, was it Drake? Bobby Drake, Iceman, and Firestar. And they all lived in like a fucking dorm, and they all went to the same college for some reason. I don't know. I think it would have made more sense for it to be the Human Torch, but whatever. And they all lived in the same college dorm for some reason, and they were like a team. It was a weird Spider-Man show. It lasted a while though back in the day. But yeah, that her being Firestar would be a really nice touch. I like that idea. I really am in love with the idea of her being Firestar because there's so much to play with there. Nobody has a connection to that character. You can do kind of whatever you want with it. You can have him have another love interest, a different love interest. And because the MCU, and this is something that more traditional Spider-Man fans hate, have really been into doing different things with Spider-Man. That's kind of been their thing. Let's get Spider-Man out of New York. Let's take him to Europe. Let's take him to DC. Let's not show his usual iconography of him swinging around cities yet. Let's do this. Like, they've always wanted to do different things. Let's change this up. Let's give him friends. Let's send him here. Like, they've always been trying to just change it up and spice up the Spider-Man character to be more modernized and to be more different and modernized. So kind of MCU really did, and this is why No Way Home is my favorite all-time Spider-Man movie, well, behind Spider-Verse, obviously, is the MCU really approached Spider-Man like, what would it actually be like today? And it would be that. So I could see them being like, let's do something different. Let's give him a different love interest. This isn't a love interest he has from the comics, but this is a character connected to him. I like the Firestar thing. I think that would be a very smart choice. It'd be a way to do something interesting while also introducing a new character. And Firestar is a mutant. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment below. What do you think? Who do you think Katie Sink is being cast as? And what do you think is going on with this Spider-Man 4 movie? There's just so much shit all over the place about it. I honestly don't know. Anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe.